Dear students, in class 11th, you have studied the concept of database and SQL in detail. You all know that SQL is a standard language for accessing and manipulating databases. SQL commands are used to create, transform, and retrieve information from relational database management system. Now let us begin with functions in MySQL. Functions are predefined commands which perform certain operations and return a single value. The syntax for functions are select, function name, column name, from, table name. Classification of MySQL functions. Functions are classified into two categories: single row functions and multiple row functions. Now, single row functions. These functions operate on single value to return a single value. These functions are categorized into three categories. They are numeric or math functions, text or string functions, date and time functions. Now, numeric or math functions. These functions perform operations on numeric values and return numeric values. Now, we will discuss three main math functions. They are power function, round function, and mod function. Power function. Power function returns the value of x raised to the power of y. For example, in the first query, select POW 2, 4 means 2 raised to power 4. So the result will be displayed as 16. In the second query, select power minus 2, 3. It means minus 2 raised to power 3. The result will be displayed as minus 8. Round function. This function rounds the argument x to d decimal places. If the number of decimal places is not specified or 0, the number rounds to the nearest integer. For example, in the first query, select round minus 1.23. Here, the number of decimal places is not specified, so the number will be rounded off to nearest integer, that is minus 1, and the result will be displayed as minus 1. In the second query, select round 6.298, 1. Here the number of decimal places is given, means after the first decimal place, the number has to be rounded off. So the result will be displayed as 6.3. In third query, select round 6.235, 0. Here the number of decimal places is given 0. So the digit is rounded to the nearest integer. That means 6, and the result 6 will be displayed on the screen. Third numeric or math function is mod function. Mod function is used to find the remainder. In the query, for example, the query is given on the screen, select mod 10, 3. When 10 is divided by 3, the remainder will be 1. So the result 1 will be displayed. Next is text functions or string functions. These functions perform operations on string data and return either character or numeric values. There are various string functions. They are lower, upper, substring, length, left, right, instr, ltrim, rtrim, and trim. Now let us discuss one by one. First is the upper function. Upper function is used to convert the string in capital letters. For example, select upper informatics. But remember here, the string, we have to give the string in small letters. So it will be converted into capital letter using the upper function. So result will be informatics. You can apply the U case or upper function with the table also. In the second query, select U case last name from table employee. Here in the employee table, one column will be the last name and the last name will be displayed in capital letters. Second is lower function or L case function. It is used to convert the string in small letters. Select lower informatics. The string is given in capital letters and we have to convert it into small letters. So lower function is used and the result will be displayed as information in lower case or in small letters. We can apply the L case for the table also. For that, select L case last name from employee. So there is the table employee. In this table, last name column is there and whatever value is stored in the last name column, it will be displayed in small letters. Next function is substring. This function is used to return number of characters from the middle of the string. There are three arguments in this substring function. The first argument is the string. The second argument is the position of first character to be displayed. And the third argument is the number of characters to be displayed. Now I will explain all these one by one. The first query is select substring, string is informatics, 3. In this query, the string is given and the second argument is given, but the third argument is missing. So it will display the string from the third alphabet, that is 4, till the rest of the alphabets. So the result will be formatics. In the second query, select substring informatics from 4. Now, from this query, it will display the fourth alphabet till the rest of the alphabets. So, in the string informatics, the fourth alphabet starts from O, so it will display the result as ormatics. Third query, select substring informatics, 3, 4. Here in this query, all the three arguments are given. String is there, first argument is there, second argument is there, and the third argument is there. String is informatics, so the first character to be displayed will be from third character, and after the third character, the rest of the four characters will be displayed. That means the result will be form, because the third character starts from F and the rest of the four characters is FORM. So it will display the result form. The next function is length. It is used to display the length of a string. For example, select length, the string is informatics. So it will display the output as 11 because there are 11 alphabets in the string informatics. You can apply all the text functions with the table name also. The next function is left. It is used to display the number of characters from the left side of the string. For example, select left informatics, 3. So it will display 3 alphabets from the left side of the string, that is INF. Next is right function. It returns the number of characters from the right side of the string. For example, select write informatics, 4. So the 4 characters from the right side of the strings will be displayed. That is, the result will be TICS. Next is insert. It will display the position of first substring from the string. Example, select INSTR informatics, 4. Informatics is the string and 4 is the substring. Now, it will check the position of F in the main string. The position of F in the main string is 3, so it will display the result as 3. In the second query, select INSTR computer, pet. Now see, the string is computers and the substring is pet, but this pet is not there in the string computers, so the result will be displayed as 0. Now the next text function is ltrim. Ltrim is used to remove the space from the left side of the string. For example, select ltrim, then the string is informatics, but before the string the space is given. So if you want to remove this space, ltrim is used. Next is rtrim. Rtrim is used to remove the space from the right side of the string. For example, select rtrim informatics, then space is given. So with the help of this rtrim, the right side space will be deleted, so the result will be displayed as informatics trim. Trim is used to remove both leading and trailing spaces. For example, select trim, then string is given informatics, but in this informatics there is the space from the left side of the string as well as from the right side of the string, the space is there. So trim is used to remove the space from left side of the string as well as from right side of the string. Now the next function is date and time functions. These functions allow us to perform operations on date data type. There are various date functions. These are now, date, month, month name, year, day, day name. Now we will discuss one by one. First date function is now. Now function is used to return the current date and time. Select, for example, select now. So it will display the current date as well as the current time. Next, date function. Date function is used to extract date or day time from the date passed. For example, select date. Date and time passed is 2010 02 26 and 1 o'clock 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So it will return the date part only, that is, the result will be displayed as 2010 02 26. Month. Month function is used to display the numeric value of the month from the date passed. For example, select month, then the date is given 2010 02 26. So it will return the numeric month, that is 02. Next is month name. It is used to display the name of the month from the date passed. Example, select month name 2020 04 26. So the name of the month will be displayed as April because fourth month is the April. Now the next date function is year. It is used to extract year from the date past. For example, select year. The date is given as 2010 02 26. So it will extract the year only, that is 2010. Day. It is used to extract day from the date past. For example, select day 2020 04 05. So the day will be extracted from this date and it will display the result as 05. Day name. It is used to display the name of the day from the date past. In the query, select day name 2020 04 05. The name of the day will be displayed, that is Friday, because the fifth day is the Friday. Now, multiple row functions. Multiple row functions are also called as aggregate functions. These functions are used to implement calculations based upon a particular column. There are various aggregate functions like average, sum, max, count, and min. Now we will discuss these aggregate functions one by one. First aggregate function is sum function. Sum function is used to find the sum of the column. For example, there is the table student. In this table student, two columns are given, roll number and marks. Now, we want to find the sum of the marks column. So, the query for that is sum marks from student. So, with this query, it will calculate the total sum of the marks column and it will be displayed on the screen. So, the result will be 95. Second is average function. Average function is used to find the average value of any column or expression based on a column. For example, again table student is given with two columns. First column is roll number and another column is marks. In marks column, all the marks are filled. So the first query, select average marks from students. It will calculate the average of the marks column and will be displayed on the screen. So the average will be displayed as 23.75. But in second query, select average marks from student. It will display the result as 28.33 because in marks column there is one null value. So when the average will be calculated, it will not count that null value. So the average will be displayed as 28.33. Now the next multiple row function is max function. Max function is used to find the maximum value of a particular column. For example, table student is there and there are two columns in this table student. One is roll number and another is marks. Now you want to find out the maximum marks. For that, max function is used. So we will write the query, select max marks from student. So maximum marks of the column marks will be displayed, that is 40. Next multiple row function is min function. Min function is used to find the minimum value of a particular column. For example, table student is there with the columns roll number and marks, and if we want to find out the minimum marks, so the query will be select minimum marks from student. So the result will be displayed as 10. Next multiple row functions is count function. This function is used to count the total number of values of a particular column. Count takes one argument which can be any column name, any expression based on a column or an asterisk. When the argument is a column name or an expression based on a column, count returns the number of non-null values in that column. If the argument is a asterisk, then count counts the total number of rows satisfying the condition, if any, in the table. For example, the table student is there and there are two columns, roll number and marks. In marks column, 1 is the null value. So, if we will use the query select count asterisk from student, it will count the null value also. So the result will be displayed as 04. Means it will count the total number of rows. So the result will be displayed as 4. But in second query, if we will write select count, then we will write the marks, that is the name of the column, from student. So result will be 3 because it will exclude the null value and will display the result as 3. Now operations on relations. The first operation which we can perform on relations is union. It is used to combine the output of two select statements, but it will remove the duplicate values automatically. For using union, remember one thing, the data type of both the tables should be same and the number of columns in both the tables should be same. For example, there are two tables R1 and R2. In R1 table there are two columns, roll number and name. In R2 column again roll number is there and name is there. Now we will write the query select star from R1 union select star from R2. It will display the output as roll number and name. Roll number 1 Ayush, roll number 2 Ayushi, roll number 3 Deep and roll number 4 Mohit. It will remove the duplicate row, that is Ayushi, so it will not be displayed on the screen. Next operation which we can perform on relation is intersect. It is used to display the common values from the tables. For example, again though two tables are there, table 1 that is R1 and table 2 is R2. In table 1 R1 there is one column that is name with the values Ayush, Ayushi, Deep, Mohit. And in table R2 again name column is there with the values Ayush, Ayushi, Yashi, Bhumika. Now the query is select name from R1 intersect select name from R2. It will display the output as Ayush and Ayushi because these two values are common in both the tables. Next operation which is to be performed on relations is minus. It is used to display values which is present in one table but not in another table. For example, two tables are there, R1 and R2. R1 is having one column, that is name, with value Ayush, Ayushi, Deep, Mohit. And R2 is the another table with one column, name, with the values Ayush, Ayushi, Yashi, Bhumika. Now the query is select name from R1 minus select name from R2. The result will be displayed as Deep and Mohit because Deep and Mohit are present in table R1 but is not present in table R2. Now next topic is displaying data from multiple tables. Students, as I have already explained you in class 11th, SQL is a relational database management system. What does it mean? It means in MySQL you can store the data in different tables and then you can display the data from these different tables. Now, how the data is displayed from the multiple tables? There are two options. One is Cartesian product and another is Equijoin. Now, first of all, I will explain the Cartesian product, or you can call it as a cross join also. Cartesian product of two tables is a table obtained by pairing each row of one table with each row of another table. A Cartesian product of two tables contains all the columns of both the tables. Let me explain it with the help of an example. There are two tables given. One is the table student and another is the table marks. Table student is having two columns, roll number and name, and table marks is also having two columns, that is roll number and marks. Now we want to display the data from student table as well as marks table using Cartesian product. The query for that is select star from student comma marks. See students, it will display all the columns of student table as well as all the columns of marks table. Now the columns of student table is roll number and name, and the columns of marks table is roll number and marks. Now students, how the result will be displayed using the Cartesian product? First, it will display the first record of the student table, that is 1 and Mohit. Then it will display the first record of the marks table, that is 1 and 40. Now it will display the second record of the student table, that is 2 Bhumika, but first record of the marks table, that is 1 and 40. Now again it will display the first record of the student table, that is 1 and Mohit, and second record of the marks table, that is 2 and 20. Now it will display the second record of the student table, that is 2 and Bhumika, and second record of the marks table, that is 2 and 20. Now it will again display the first record of the student table, that is 1 and Mohit, and third record of the marks table, that is 3 and 30. Now again it will display the second record of the student table, that is 2 and Bhumika, and the third record of the marks table, that is 3 and 30. Now with the help of this Cartesian product, whatever result we got, it is confusing. So to avoid this confusion, we use the another option for displaying the data from multiple tables, that is Equijoin. Now what is Equijoin? An equijoin of two tables is obtained by putting an equality condition on the Cartesian product of two tables. This equality condition is put on the common column of the tables. The common column is generally primary key of one table and the foreign key of the other table. Now let us explain it with the help of an example. Here two tables are given, table student and table marks. Table student is having two columns, roll number and name, and table marks is again having two columns, that is roll number and marks. In table student, roll number is the primary key and in table marks, roll number is the foreign key. Now, how to display data from these two tables, that means student table and marks table, using the equijoin? The query for this is select roll number, comma name, comma marks from student, comma marks, where student roll number is equals to marks dot roll number. Now see, the result will be displayed as roll number, name and marks. Roll number 1, Mohit, marks is 40. Roll number 2, Bhumika, and mark is 20. So, the result will be displayed in a proper format with the help of Equijoin.